Well, good morning. Whew, it is Monday. It is Monday. Hope everyone is well. What an interesting weekend in the whole Honda scene. I found we had some great content up on YouTube over the weekend. Many cars. We got rid. A customer collected his absolutely beautiful Honda Civic Championship White boosted FN2. That was awesome. Absolutely awesome. Keith did a really good job. I mean, Keith always does a good job, but that was pretty good. It's a bit warm. I'm a bit warm already, I think. Today we've got ourselves an old Honda Civic to tune, so looking forward to that. My hair is outstanding as per usual. I look like I've had a sort of military buzz cut. I swear to God, I haven't. Hope you're all well. So over the weekend, we're not gonna name any names here, but over the weekend, I don't know whether you guys are on. Morning, Baz. Morning, Bill. Bill, how are you doing? Thank you for letting me in your club over the weekend and helping. I appreciate that. That's we're going to get some good members in there. Great club, by the way. I've been looking through the posts. Yeah, so I don't know whether you've seen it over the weekend, but there was a lot kicking off, and some of the we're not going to name anybody, but some of the bigger Honda tuning boys are having some problems. I think some disgruntled customers, etc. But it's worth noting that some of these companies that have been around for a long time, you don't realise, but they change hands. They change hands, and the owners aren't the same owners that they were many moons ago. And I just hope, I mean, if you guys know who I'm talking about, I just hope that they can get it together and they can keep going, because I've always got on really well with other tuners, and especially some of the big boys. They've helped me out in the past, and I just hope that they can sort their stuff out, because it is worrying, especially. I mean, some of these bigger boys on paper are far bigger than our little company, and we've always had a very humbled approach to what we do here. We don't spend the money. We like to keep it going, and I'm sure there are people out there that are doing what we do and take loads and loads of money home, but we don't. We always reinvest, and we think what's happening there would be almost impossible to happen here, because of the way it's ran, the way things are run here. So it's for example, I had 500 quid 6 years ago, and that's all I had, and you just keep putting it back in and reinvested, and you don't need to live lavishly. But I don't know what's gone on there with them, but I really do wish them the best and hope that they sort themselves out, because some of the people that have been messaging me over the weekend, morning Daryl, are really unhappy with this other company. I didn't really want to believe some of the things that I would hear, and that's why you got to take everything with a pinch of salt, and you just don't know what's going on behind closed doors at these places. I mean, they're so big and they've got such a good reputation that to let that slip and to let that slide and to not be dealing with things in an appropriate manner is not the way forward. But I wish them well, and I hope they do pull a rabbit out of the hat and they do get sorted. But it has to be said, just be careful where you're spending your money and who you're spending your money with. I mean, I suppose that goes for all things in life, doesn't it? Like, it doesn't matter whether you're buying a holiday, or you're buying a car, or you're modifying. Yeah, you just got to be careful. You've got to do a little bit of research. I think one of the problems is that one of my friends having is that when you leave a company and it's not public knowledge that you've left, you can still get the blame for stuff that's had nothing to do with you for years. And I hope yo flawless culture, and I hope that people realise that a company like that, which again, I'm trying my best not to name because it's not really fair because you don't know what goes on, is a limited company. And it doesn't, just because somebody worked there 3 years ago doesn't mean that they're still there. Just because somebody owned a company 3 years ago doesn't mean that they still own the company. And yeah, it's not cool to see people throwing mud about at this other company without knowing the full facts. But I do appreciate that there are people that are very very disappointed, very very unhappy with that said company, and I just hope that company can sort it out and get back to doing what they love to do. Again, Dynodaze is very fortunate to do what we want to do, but we do it in a sensible fashion. We wouldn't take on a build that we thought was going to be inadequate or beyond our remits, beyond our level of skill. If somebody says, I want to, you know, put an extra turbo on this Porsche and I want to bring it to Dynodaze, the answer would be no. We don't do Porsche. We don't know the Porsche engine, what they can take, or what turbo it wouldn't be for us, and we'd simply pass it to somebody. We'd always give the customer an option, somewhere to go. So, for example, we get a lot of phone calls. People wanted us to map their Jaguars. We don't do Jaguars. So instead of just saying, no, that's not for us, what we do indeed do is we do give them the telephone number for somebody that we know does map them. And then realistically, their experience of Dynodaze is still good, isn't it? Hello, Daddy, I want you to map my Jaguar. And I'm like, I'm very sorry, but that's not something that we do. But I do know someone who's going to look after you really, really well. And you pass that work on. And we do that a lot with a lot of stuff. So you may have heard me mention companies like Wayside Performance. So if somebody phones up and they've got a Fiesta EcoBoost and they want it tuned in, well, that's not for us, but we will give them an option. Right, where are you based? Are you in Coventry? Where are you? And then we pass it on. If somebody gives us an FK8 and they're like, right, I want all of these modifications and then I want it mapping, then we'd be like, okay, we can do all of the modifications, but the mapping, you're best off going to a specialist that specialises in that FK8. And obviously, we'd send them to Paul, and he'd do an absolutely fantastic job. And I think that's the best way. There's no point biting off more than you can chew. And I wonder whether this other company that's having problems at the moment has done exactly that, where staff have left, people, and let's be honest, skilled people have left, whether that be tuners or mechanics or office staff. These guys have left. The business is still there and it's still operating, but that level of skill is no longer there. But as a consumer, how are you to know that? You're not. You're not. So if don't feel bad if that's the case, but yeah, you just don't know, do you? Good morning. I mean, some of us guys that are in this world where the tuners talk to each other and stuff, some of us know what's going on, but the general consumer doesn't. So just be careful where you're spending your money and speak to people. And here is a great rule of thumb: if you cannot get someone on the phone for 5 or 10 minutes to talk about what you want to do, that's not the place for you. So there's, that's really, really important. If you can't get someone on the phone, now I'm not talking about Facebook messaging, and I'm not talking about Instagram messaging, and I'm not talking about dropping a comment on someone's YouTube channel. I'm talking about actually picking up the phone. And if you can't speak to someone for 5 or 10 minutes about what it is that you want to do, that company's not for you. And that is a fact. That's a rule of thumb. I get a lot of phone calls where I'm not the first person that they've called, but I am the last person that they've called because we've literally sat and talked about their build and we've been happy to. And perhaps that's where we pick up all of our work, because we are literally ready to talk to people. Now, obviously, during a busy day, you're only here, 9 to 5. So you might not get round to calling everybody back, but you will eventually. And I think if you can get hold of somebody on the telephone to speak to someone who's going to give you 5 minutes of their time, because if they're not prepared to give you 5 minutes, well, you imagine how hard it is to get hold of them once you've actually paid your bill. And I think that's where people are suffering in the industry. I know this for a fact. This is why other companies are suffering, because they just don't have that passion anymore or that time to give. So fingers crossed. Like I say, I don't wish anybody ill, and I would really like to see them turn that around and really get back firing on all 4 cylinders again. But they are struggling, and just be careful. Like I say, be careful where you put your money. But what a great weekend for Dynodaze. We had some cool stuff on the dyno. We had some cars collected. I had one of the best reviews I'd ever had left on Google. We had a great weekend. A great weekend where, frankly, the skill here has shown. The mapping's gone well on certain cars. The paintwork is phenomenal that Keith's putting out. I'm looking at my orders online, and they've been, pretty consistent. So yeah, I think we've got this small company mentality, and I hope it stays that way. I know, some people want to be big and they want to show off and stuff like that, but hey, hello, Libby. Hope you're well. I see your dad's been on some track days and loving it. But yeah, you got to stick to your guns, and basically we've got this small business mentality, and we're going to stick with that. And hopefully that shows that we're still very, very passionate about what we do. And we wouldn't. I've got a friend who runs a company up north. In fact, tactical racing, right? He's a nice guy, but he's taken on too much, and he's not putting his phone down, and he's not having a rest. And that guy, he needs a rest, because he's getting a lot of crap from people, and that's because he's trying his hardest to make everybody happy, and he can't, because there's not enough hours in the day. So he needs to chill out and somewhat get his diary in order. He's working till 2 a.m. with customers sat there watching him. And like, no, that's not ever going to help you, because no matter how much work you do, you're going to burn yourself. You're going to burn yourself out, and that's that's no good. So I wish him all the luck in the world. He's on about selling his business because he just can't handle his phone going off and his messages going off and stuff. And I said, just ignore everything. You've got a mobile phone number. Let people leave you a message on the mobile phone, and then ring them back when you're ready. That's it. There's only so much work you can do. Morning, Stephen. We love a bit of banter. We love a bit of banter. But yeah, this, like I say, this company I've seen over the weekend on Facebook, on Instagram, on Google, not having a good time. I just hope that they can turn it around, because it's not cool, is it? I mean, especially when are they our competition? Yeah, I suppose so. I suppose that they're our competition in a real business sense. Like, you can take your car there, you can bring your car here. So I suppose yeah, they're our competitors. But we don't want to see people out of jobs, and we don't want to see these big giants of the scene struggling. We want them to do well. They've always helped me out when I've asked for help, although those people aren't there anymore, and I think that's probably one of the problems. The people that always help me out don't work there no more. So in return, the people that I've helped, they're not there no more. But yeah. Good morning, Jensen.
Good morning.
How are you doing? How are you feeling?
Amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah. I don't feel.
He feels amazing. Can you remember waking up and feeling amazing, depending on how old you were? Because I can't remember that far back. I cannot remember that far back. It's all good. So I went out in my FN2 a lot this weekend. As you may recall, it's had its rear beam fixed and it's had some Drag Cartel drop-in cams. It's had a timing chain, Drag Cartel drop-in cams, RDX injectors. It's had a nice Dynodaze fuel rail as well. And I've been out in it and I've swapped over. Yes, I had a tank. I think I had a tank of E10 fuel in it. And I've now gone back to V-Power and no crap. I've got an extra 4 miles per gallon and I've been kicking its head in. So there you go. V-Power is the way forward. It's better. It's better for miles per gallon and it's certainly better for your car. It feels great. I feel like I'm only using 3/4 of my throttle pedal now. Like I'm not flat out to get the desired effect that I want. I feel like now I'm only sort of like feathering the power in and it's there. It's there for me. So those Drag Cartel drop-in cams that have gave me that bit of power in the mid-range is exactly what I think my car was lacking. Morning, everyone, says Mark. Morning to the friendly Ewok. What? Why are you saying Ewok? I'm getting less hairy, not more hairy. Good morning, Starbuck, my favourite. This is how busy we've been, Starbuck. I've not even started on my biscuits yet. Not even started on my biscuits, but we'll get through them this week, I hope. Uncle Keith, I'm sure, will have some biscuits this week because we are biscuit munching cunts. You know we are. I've not seen Jensen have a go on the biscuits yet. Maybe we'll get some force feed him some biscuits. He's only a waif of a young man, so we'll try and get a belly on him. Flawless Culture was at 10 of the best this weekend. Measure 14.2 on an unprepped concrete surface. Sad I didn't get into the 13s, but it upset a few people. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Barnsey, good morning. Now, Barnsey, are you coming down on Saturday? I hope so. We've got a Honda meet. On Saturday, and I'm hoping that everybody can come. I'd like to see Starbuck, to be fair. Hey, Alan. Yeah, all good, man. All good. Like, had a bit of a weekend of it. Did lots of paperwork and lots of driving of the Championship White FN2. So yeah, pretty good weekend. Sort of caught up where I needed to be. So the tax man will be happy because I've done all my paperwork. So that's due at the end of the month. So, but we've got this big meet. I say big. Even if 2 cars come down, I'm going to be happy. So Saturday morning, sort of 9 a.m. till 1 p.m. maybe. It's going to be a Honda meet. Good stuff. Oh, brilliant! Thanks, guys. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a chilled out one, so it's going to be one of those ones where you can just come down and park up and chat and look at each other's cars. The dyno is there if anybody wants to go on it. That's absolutely fine. But if you don't, you can just chill out, and that's what it's all about. So it's going to be good. It could be a massive meet, but I'm thinking if a handful of my favourite people turn up, I'll be impressed. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all and meeting those who I've not met before and talking cars. And obviously, off YouTube, I can tell you all about what's happening in the scene and what's going wrong for people, but I can't do it here. But like I say, it is very, very important that we do wish everybody well and hope that these businesses turn things around and don't continue to suffer, because eventually, the government will eventually not want us to be doing this thing. So we got to look after each other. So, Bardsey, why don't you bring your mother here for her birthday? I shall miss you, my friend, if you're not here. So, but you'll be here. You'll be here in spirit. I know you will be. USC. Wow, people still go to that. Wowza. Well, I've got some orders to fulfill. Look, I've just opened my eBay, so I've got to try and fulfill all those orders. That's going to be difficult. I can already see how difficult that's going to be. Where else am I up to? Any old orders? There's one. We can do that. Print that. I've got my printer plugged in. It certainly is. What's printed out here? Alan, we shall probably, depending on how this one goes, we should probably do one the following month. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Shalom. Hope you're well. Good morning. COVID in full swing. I think I lost a stone in sweat last night. Yeah, man. You got to look after you. Plenty of water for you, buddy. And I hope you start to feel better soon, man. COVID's not a cool thing. Shalom. Is there a free coffee if I can get? If you remind me on the Friday, I will buy some milk and I will personally stop what I'm doing and make you a cup of coffee. I'll even get Jensen to clean the cups so you don't get botulism. There will be, Bardsey. Like I say, if anything, I would arrange a meet just on the basis that you were coming. So as long as you say to me, Daddy, I can do this week, this Saturday in the diary, I will arrange a meet and we will have you down here, mate. So it'll all be good. Yeah, it's gonna be chilled out, and it's gonna have that sort of Dynodaze chillness to it, where we're having a chat, we're having a laugh, we're looking at some cars, and we're speaking about some cars. I think it'll be pretty chilled out and pretty cool. You could definitely bring me one. Yeah, you could definitely bring me one. Chiller in the day. Yeah. So the Uncle Keith's already here. I've seen his red EP3 outside, and he's got a fabulous red FN2 to do a full respray on over the next 2 weeks. So that's going to be absolutely gorgeous. I've got a little bit of work to do in the background on that one, to be fair, which is there. How many pages is that? 13 pages. Well, let's print that cunt off. Have I got 13 pieces of paper in the printer? I don't think I have. Oh, what is going on here? Yeah, look forward to that. Look forward to that, Starbucks. Stick yours on the dyno. Get you some data. See where you can improve. I think I just killed that. Oh, I just made a printer jam. I was being a bit too hasty putting the paper in. No. Man versus printer. I fucked it. Oh, that's work I didn't want today. This is where I electrocute myself. Is it going to come back out? It might. It feels like it's going to come out. No, it's ripping. No, it's ripped. Fuck! Excuse my French. You know I don't like printers. This has not gone well. That's your fault, Jensen.
What?
Yeah.
Why is it my fault?
Because there's a hierarchy here now. So it can't be my fault. That means it has to be your fault. Oh my God, I don't want to do this. Live on YouTube, I'm about to get really angry. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's had it. Now I've got to see. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, where's the paper now? It's not going to do nothing without no paper. Oh, look, I've got toner all over my hands now. I don't like to get dirty. Probably missing a page out then. Looking forward to seeing you too. Kick it. Kick it again. That'd be great, Matty. We were hoping someone was going to bring a drone. We thought that'd be good. Oh, what's going on there? Oh, my luck. Don't you say that laughing, Jensen? It's your fault. I totally screwed that up. Too early. That's the problem, isn't it? I've tried to start work too early. I'm blaming Dave for that. That's all Dave's paperwork. I'm blaming him. What's that? I just screwed up. Office Space Gangster music kicks in. Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember that. You were filming a drive-by, weren't you, of your car, and you put your GoPro down and somebody nicked it. Love it. As a daily, I'm going to say an FN2. Many people may disagree with me, but I've had an EP3 as a daily and I've had an FN2 as a daily. And the FN2 is a much nicer place to be inside. So it's got more creature comforts in there. It's got a better interior and it's just more civil. So as a daily, I think it makes a better car. That's only my opinion, and I'm sure someone is going to disagree with that, but that's just my opinion. FN2 for me. Yeah, there will be some good YouTube videos made, man. Yeah, I think age is a number, Daryl. I think age is a number, and I think drive an EP3 and an FN2. Drive both and see what you think. I think that's realistically the answer. But for me, having experienced both, I think FN2. Right, introduction to making 3. Should cancel. Okay, that's a blank page. That's the missing. Oh, good lord. These aren't page numbered, are they, either, which is really difficult. Section of personal details. That's that one. And after that comes... Sorry, just bear with me. You're welcome. You're absolutely welcome. That's what we're here for, isn't it? Okay. And then it goes to that. And then it goes to that. Please identify how the incident occurred. But I'm not going to know the answer to that. So I can't help with that one. And it's please explain fully how the incident occurred. B8. Don't know what. Okay. That one goes there. I think prices on the cars are going to come down, but unfortunately, I'm convinced prices on parts are still going up and still going to keep going through the roof. Please supply a copy of your insurance certificate for the vehicle. I can't fill this in. Please, was immaculate. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Said the blind man. So what's after that? D16, that one. And then that one. Okay. That's on my list. David Farrell, if you're watching today, that's on my list of things to do after I've processed all my orders. You like my new YouTube screenshot, Dan? I have not had a look at that yet, my friend. I have not had a look at that. I like your. I do like you up against the Dynodaze. That sounded weird. I like you up against the Dynodaze wall. I think I need to wake up a bit before I start commenting things like that. Gizmo. Right. Sign in. Right, did that print off? Powerful X, yes. Okay, right. I've got to whittle down some of these emails. Let's have a. That's the one I mean, you dirty boy. Yeah, it does look good. You look good against my Dynodaze wall. Fogey. Okay. Ticker imports. Google. QuickBooks. Payment received. Ah, there we go. What have I bought there? Okay. Ah, it looks like I'm going to have to go through quite a bit of this. Print that. Print. Do it. Thank you. On that happy note, I'm going to bid thee all farewell. I seem to have a lot of orders to process, so I better give myself a bit of a head start as we've got a Carter map at 9 a.m. So, peace out, everyone. Have a great day, whatever you're doing. And have a look out for some YouTube content that's coming today, hopefully. And yeah, just generally have a great day. And if you need me, you know where I am. I'll see you later.